So I've been boiling this kombucha squash for about 45 minutes while I was doing other things, and it's very tender now. It's just been steaming. I actually think that's too much water. Next time I'll do less, because we don't want the minerals and nutrients from the vegetables leaching out into the water. In any event, it's nice and tender. Not too tender. That's what I like to look out for. And I'll let it cool, and we'll cut that up into our kidney beans. Here are the kidney beans that I have been sprouting for 3 days. Look at these. They could have been used yesterday. I'm about to rinse them and get ready to use them in a very delicious and rich kombucha squash kidney bean stew. Look at how beautiful they are, all those little sprouts. So I've really been getting into sprouting legumes for 3 days, and these just took off. The first day I do them overnight in full submersion, then I drain them in this colander, and I wash them morning and night. And by washing, I mean rinse a few times, like this. Show you. Now my house water goes through a purification system, so I know that this water is good water. And I try to be gentle with these beans and seeds when I'm sprouting, because just think about these. They're like nature's little T cells. I mean, these are seeds that can grow huge plants and fruits, and they're full of biological material and DNA that's evolved over millions of years, if not hundreds of thousands of years. And so when you're touching these, you're actually having an interaction with them. And as I rinse them every day, the essences from my hands go into this water, and the seeds pick it up, and they actually sprout exactly for me and my family, for the chemistry that we need, because they can read the chemistry that I've put in the water with my hands and my energy. And I'm blessing them and thanking them for the nourishment they are going to provide to us. And I'm thinking a lot of beautiful thoughts in them. And they're giving me beautiful sprouts in return. So here we have the beginning of our curry. We've got black cumin seeds, regular cumin seeds, mustard seeds, some fennel seeds in there. It's warming, the pan is warming, fresh ginger and garlic. I'm about to put oil in and a full onion and get that going so that all the fragrances open up. And that's how we season the pot to begin the curry. So I've added the onions, the oil. I put some cloves, anise seeds, and some of my homegrown dried oregano. And it's beginning to smell really good. Now I've added 2 large ribs of chopped celery, and I'm just about to put these beans in. I am using a Fissler pot, a pressure cooker pot. So we're going to pressure cook these beans, and anytime I'm pressure cooking legumes or cooking legumes, look how beautiful they are. I do not add salt until the end because it inhibits the cooking. And normally I might put some carrots, and I'm tempted to put other vegetables in, but I'm actually reserving this already cooked squash, which I'm going to peel and cube. It's nice and soft while this is cooking. And what I've got here for the liquid is some celery juice stock that I made from the last 2 days of celery juicing. So I'll just cover it. That should be plenty of liquid. Plenty of liquid for this. Because I'm making a soup, I might add some more, but if I didn't want it to be a very liquid soup, I would have stopped before that. So we're going to secure the top, and then we'll put it on for about 15 or 20 minutes and check back in. It's secured, it's clicked here. I'm showing green, so we're ready to begin bringing it up to full steam. I will bring this up to full steam, this is going to pop out, and then I will use this diffuser underneath and let it sit at full steam. Like I said, for 15 or 20 minutes. I can usually smell it when it's ready to be taken off. You hear that? You see that button that came up? This has come up. It's at full steam. So if I don't turn this down, it's going to give me that very scary whistle. But I've turned it down, and when I put the phone down and stop recording, I'm going to slide this underneath it, which is a flame diffuser. That's further going to diffuse the flame and keep it at a nice low speed. In the meantime, I have prepared the kombucha squash for when these beans are ready. All right, all the steam has gone out of this pressure cooker, and I'm going to lift it up. I let it all out. There are two ways to let steam out of a pressure cooker. You can either release it with the release button, or you can wait and let it go out naturally, which I usually try to do. But I have some hungry people here, so I let it out. Look at that beautiful pink. See if the beans are done. They're very soft, absolutely like butter, and with a delicious crust on the outside. So I'm going to put in my pre-steamed kombucha squash, and I'm going to season this with some salt and I may scoop out a bit of this because it's looking very chunky. Look at that. And blend it. I'm going to bring this over to one of my neighbors who is actually in hospice. I'm going to bring a jar over there. So I'm going to blend a little scoop of this to make it very creamy, and then leave a large portion of it chunky, and then I will add in chopped cilantro and salt, and it should be ready to go. Okay, so I've blended quite a bit of this. Make it nice and creamy. Let's see what that looks like for a bean soup. That looks lovely. So there's still enough texture in there. And now we'll add all of the cilantro and get some seasoning in there, and it should be absolutely delicious and ready to go. And my son might have it poured over a little bit of leftover rice penne. The soup is absolutely delicious. I've added in the dulse on top, added in the pink Himalayan sea salt, and I thought it could use a little kick, so I chopped up some fresh jalapeno and red Fresno peppers. And now it is going to be absolutely amazing. This is the leftover kombucha squash, and I'm going to use that in muffin making tomorrow. But these beans in here that have been sprouted and pressure cooked, look how vibrant the color is. They do not look like they've been sitting in a can or sitting in a pot cooking, and they are absolutely as tender as butter and very digestible. So that is the beauty of sprouting and pressure cooking. Absolutely delicious. Cannot wait to serve this up right now. But before I do, I'm going to take advantage of the heat and my container of baby spinach. And just bump up the nutrition a little bit. That spinach is going to wilt in there. It's still very hot. And by the time I get my bowls out, it's going to be beautiful. I'm just going to cover it for a few minutes. I don't even have the fire on, of course. And it's going to wilt down in there. And here is a bowl of this delicious kidney bean kombucha squash stew with some fresh spinach added in at the end. It's still wilting. And it's actually being served over a pile of penne pasta for my son. But we'll see. I don't even know if he wants that. So he may not even need that. He might eat around it. So I'm sitting down to this soup that we just made. And the biggest surprise for me that I am enjoying are those little pieces of ginger we put in initially. And they never really cooked down completely. And so they're kind of crunchy and candy-like, giving me little surprises with the kombucha squash and these buttery beans and the spinach. I really wish you could enjoy this. And I hope you do. Make your own variation on it. To your health.